And good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Brew, live on Brew Sports. It is a Thursday edition of the show. It is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Jaymee, how are you?
Great.
You have no idea what's going on, do you?
No, I do, but
I know. I'm honestly, that's the thing. I feel like we need to address this right off the bat. I'm not, a huge Star Wars fan. I've seen all the movies. I've seen the Clone Wars animated series. I've read a couple of comic books, played a couple of games. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
There it is. But, I'm not a nerd. I'm not a geek like others that are out there. But that's not a bad thing, I don't feel like. Everybody celebrates Star Wars Day in a different fashion. Then there's people like you who've never seen Star Wars.
Yeah.
And you're okay with that.
Doesn't really tickle my fancy. It's not my movie choice.
You're not losing sleep over the fact that you haven't seen Star Wars.
Correct.
Okay. And I'm fine with that. And I think that's what makes you, Jaymee.
Oh, thanks, Bax.
So you do you, I'll do me, and everybody else will do themselves and figure who out they like to be. Oh, my goodness. All right, well, we do, in the spirit of it being May the 4th, we are asking, of course, what is your favorite Star Wars movie? I asked the question on my social media platforms last night, got a ton of responses. We'll read some of those on the air today. And then also we are asking the question, are Boston and Baltimore acting childish with this continuous barrage of throwing at each other and all the stupidity that continues to ensue with it? Pitcher got ejected last night purely because he threw a curveball that just happened to get away from him, had no malicious intent in it. He got ejected. People lost their minds. It's just a hot mess in Boston right now. So a lot of stuff that has yet to get figured out in that regards. We'll talk about that and much more here coming up in just a minute. We do want to remind all of you that you can watch the show here live on Facebook, also live on YouTube, and you can also listen in on Spreaker.com, whether you're in the car, in the shower, wherever you are, you can listen to us that way, and you can get it all on podcast form as well, too. So a very good morning to Jeff and Brew and Josh and Adam and Liz and everybody else that's chiming in. A lot of votes already for Empire Strikes Back, apparently. For what their favorite Star Wars movie is, and Jeff also says that yes, Baltimore and Boston are being childish. So Jeff, right out of the gate this morning, giving us the hot takes.
If you, because I don't know Star Wars, if you're going to comment, can you put what number movie that is so I can follow?
There you go. That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah, Bruce says Empire as well.
No clue.
And that's always the thing. People are like, oh, the first one. I'm like, okay, but do you mean episode 1? Do you mean episode 4? Because episode 4 was the first one.
Okay.
But I mean,
I think I've seen bits and pieces of that. Because is that the one where Luke gets his arm chopped off?
The 4th one?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the 5th one.
Maybe.
Don't quote me on that. Star Wars. We're going to lean heavily on you this morning, Star Wars nerds and geeks, because I don't remember.
Okay, then maybe I have seen 2.
Have you seen the classic, like Luke, I'm not your father scene?
Isn't that the same arm
It
chopping
is, yeah.
one?
And he's like, no!
Okay, yeah, that one I've seen bits and pieces of that.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Josh says that's number 5 is what you're thinking of.
Okay.
So there you go. Or no, that's what he... Yeah, it is Empire Strikes Back, though, regardless.
It's number 5?
It is, yeah.
Okay, so that's the one I've seen.
Yeah, because then he gets the new hand, and then they go to episode 6, and he's like, oh, I've got this new hand, and like, shh, 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 kind of a thing. So.
But no, I haven't seen 6. Now you ruined it for me. Now I don't have to.
Because I gave you 2 seconds worth of content, you all of a sudden are like, nope.
Yep, seen it.
Not worth it.
Give me a quiz.
Not worth it. Josh says, yeah, he loses his hand in the Empire. Luis, good morning to you, of course, as well. He also says, I said it once, and I will say it again, The Revenge of the Sith is his favorite movie from the Star Wars trilogy. Liz says she's only seen one Star Wars movie, the most recent one, so that's her favorite one, I guess. That's what she says, which is true. She'd never seen any Star Wars movies before. She took me to go see the new Star Wars movie. What is that now, technically? Episode 7, 6, 7? 4, 5, 6, 7. So it took me to go see episode 7 for my birthday a couple years ago. She'd never seen Star Wars, no pre-existing knowledge, and she decided to go that one to be the first one she would see. And she enjoyed it. But like I said, it's not for everybody.
Yeah,
it's
I just don't like that sci-fi.
I can't get into the Trekkie, like Star Trek. I can't get into that. That's like too much for me, I feel like.
I like drug lord movies, gang movies, like military.
Drug lords, gang movies.
Yeah, like mobster stuff.
Anything that resembles your life on a daily basis is basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you can't, knock out them hoes and get that money, like it's not worth it. I wanted to say something worse, but I chose not to. But you know where I'm going with that. Anyway, yes, I completely understand. So a lot of good stuff to get to. I also need to address this. I don't know if you've seen this or not, that you can react to a comment now. Like you can love, haha, oh no, sad, angry to a comment now. You could do that to a status before. but you can actually like, love, haha, all that fun business.
Can you see that right now?
I can. So
I can't.
if you would hover over the like button, instead of hitting it like pops up with the 6 options.
Look at that.
Why do we need to do this? Why do we need to show our opinion?
I don't know, but did you know you can also do that in your text messages if you have an iPhone?
Yep.
I've done that. Learned too.
I've done that before because I got notifications like, oh, Steve liked your text. I'm like, what? What's Steve doing liking my text? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, why do I get a text telling me that Steve liked something? Why can't Steve just tell me, hey, good idea?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, texting this girl, Sammy. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, what? And I was like, what is this? And she's like, I'll show you, Grandma. I'll show you.
Let me what you got going on. Yeah. 1 second. I know. My wife told me about this yesterday. She's like, did you see this? I'm like, no, I didn't know you could do that. But because I was clicking on liking the other day, but it turns blue, but it doesn't feel like it does anything. But why do I want to love? Does it make a difference that I love someone's comment?
Maybe.
Why can't I just comment? Are we just getting so lazy nowadays?
I love this.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
LOL.
Right, exactly. Why can't I just ha 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 ha? I don't get it. This world, I'm losing it in my mind. The world has lost its mind, but it is still Star Wars Day. So people will use the Force to channel their inner peace, as it were. So it is the What's Brewing segment where we talk about things that are brewing in the sports world. Jaymee, I know that I brought up a story last night when we were talking. We talk about Tony Romo a lot. We talked about him before, I should say, a lot.
Right.
For those of you that haven't heard, Tony Romo is apparently trying to still play sports, but he's not trying to play football right now unless the right offer comes along. He's trying to qualify for the U.S. Open, apparently, this weekend. So he is trying to beat out 9,000 golfers to qualify for the 2017 U.S. Open. I mean, he's got free time on his hands, so I guess why not? It's open to anybody. Anybody can try.
I could walk up there?
You could. It's like, hey, boys. Way to swing some clubs. I think, well, obviously you have to compete in the women's division, of course. Anyway, this is a man's game, Jaymee. Come on. That's not
silly me.
Silly woman. Anyway, no, but that apparently is what is going to happen is he is going to be trying to qualify. This is from Edward, where he said, since he's been done, former quarterback Tony Romo is scheduled to play in the local qualifier, the 2017 U.S. Open on Monday in Aledo, Texas.
Well, it also says that it isn't the first time that he has tried to qualify or tried to participate. He tried to qualify for the U.S. Open 3 times. Once in 2010, he was forced to withdraw due to obligations with the Cowboys. He took it a step further a couple years later, giving up golf almost completely for the sake of his career with the Cowboys.
And that worked out well for him, didn't it?
Yeah. So this time he won't have anything holding him back. If he just doesn't qualify, it's just because he sucks.
Hey. You suck, Tony Romo. I mean, good for him, I guess, but I don't think that this is something that we need to get too hot and heavy about. He's not a professional golfer. Even the good recreation golfers are nothing compared to the pro golfers.
Right.
So he's just trying to look to stay in the public eye, and this is one way that he's going to do it. It's like, I'm going to just go. This is very much like a Tim Tebow syndrome, where we're going to find out on ESPN on whatever it'll be, Saturday or Sunday, how Tony Romo did on a qualifying round. We are going to. And I'm going to be furious about it, and I'm going to talk about it on Monday. Because did you hear what Tony Romo did? I don't care, but people are going to be talking about it, so we then have to talk about it.
Right.
It's foolish. It's real foolish. I'm just saying, I think it's kind of foolish that...
I hope Tebow does something this weekend, too, so you have to talk about both of them.
That's fine. Jay Cutler, if you're listening, might as well do something as well. Maybe you should put some pants on, and I'll talk about that. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Jay Cutler stepped out in public for the first time.
Wow. Jay Cutler bought a donut. Wow.
And he was holding a basketball.
Unbelievable. Maybe he's going to be a pro basketball player. He was seen with a lacrosse stick in his child's backpack. Maybe he's picking up lacrosse. Okay. Phenomenal. This is what I love about the sports world, or just the news world as a whole. No matter what it is, you could be seen, you could have come in with the Chicago Wolves. I know, I'm sorry, that's like a sin to say.
Oh, boy.
You could have come in with that, and people would have been like, oh, Jamie's going to the Wolves. She's leaving the Admirals. She's done. She's out.
No, it's just a really warm sweatshirt.
Right, exactly. But we don't know. We don't know. People speculate.
Yeah, TMZ would be all over that.
They'd be like, Jamie Hours, did you say? Whatever they're like. Anyway. A couple of quick comments as well, too. Josh's Baltimore and Boston need to simmer down and go to their respective timeout corners to relax. No kidding. It's just been absolutely atrocious thus far when it comes to the stupidity that's been taking place at those games. Luis also says Empire Strikes Back is the best movie from the Star Wars original trilogy. Episode 1 has the best duel scene, and Revenge of the Sith is the best movie because it is in the revelation itself. Because it is the revelation itself. Okay. Revelation. Right. All right. Good morning to Sarah and Adam as well, too, and many others that are tuning in. What else is brewing in the sports world this morning, Jaymee?
A couple of things, actually. Well, one thing that I thought was kind of funny that I found was, this is actually kind of old, but Russell, I can never say his name in one try.
Westbrook or Wilson?
Russell Westbrook.
Okay. Russell.
Season's over, obviously. Took his wife out to dinner, pretended it was his birthday. And people do this all the time. Pretended it was her birthday so they get free dessert. It's funny. People made a big stink about it because he's a bazillionaire. People are saying that he's selfish for taking advantage of it, but come on. Who hasn't pretended it was their grandparents' birthday once or twice for a free piece of cheesecake? I might have.
I was about to say, I never have.
Maybe I have.
Maybe. That's not in speculation at this point.
Yeah, so it says...
People can Google it, Russell Westbrook's birthday.
They pretended it was his wife's birthday. And I'm sure they could Google that too, but...
Probably.
Yeah, people were like, Russell lied about it being Nina's birthday so that they get free dessert. You think that scamming a free cake was unnecessary, so there better be 1,000% tip.
Russell is probably like how he is with my wife and I go out to dinner. Like, we love to joke around. We love to just have a good time. They're probably sitting at the table like, oh, we had a good meal. It's like... should say it's your birthday. See if we can get a free piece of cake.
Right.
Like, we have plenty of money to buy dessert, but
right.
It's like, see if you can do it. Like, oh, okay. Like, then they do it, and then it's like, oh my god, it worked. Like, did it? Oh, like, shh. Like,
yeah.
I mean, who reported this? Who did Russ come out afterwards and be like, gotcha?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
How do you find out that someone like lied about their birthday or their wife's birthday?
I saw it more than once, but I'm not sure. Like, if maybe afterwards. You know, someone at the store, at the restaurant, looked it up.
Just like, get out of here. Like, what are you doing? Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, I feel like, I don't think that makes you a bad person. Probably. They're like, oh, Russell Westbrook, or whatever, like, kind of a thing. I need to like that sound effect. I don't know. Good morning to Aaron as well, too, tuning in. Good to see all of you guys. We are asking 2 questions of the day today. What is your favorite Star Wars movie? And we are also asking, are Boston and Baltimore acting childish with throwing at each other? Throwing down in the Bronx. That's not Bronx. It's just Boston. Did you have any? What? No.
I think he uploaded a video
of them like telling the world, like,
yeah.
Shh, we got away with it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's amazing. Good for them, though. I mean, if you can't have a little fun, like, come on.
Right. It's
like,
pretty harmless.
Life can't all be like Guns N' Roses.
Pretty harmless.
That's not it. I don't know.
Guns N' Roses.
I'm sure that's not it. But either way, though, this is completely harmless. I don't read much into this. People need to simmer down. People look for reasons to talk about things.
Right.
It's funny and childish all at the same time. Speaking of talking about things, we have great correspondents that join our network from time to time to help us talk about different topics in the sports world. Keith Haney was here yesterday, actually, with us to chat a little bit about what was taking place in the dating world. He told us about how he rolled up on his wife, and that became kind of a topic around the office the rest of the day about whether or not someone had ever been rolled up on. But we say it in good fun and good favor, of course. But Keith joins us now this morning to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with the NBA playoffs. So, Keith, first and foremost, a good morning to you, sir. May the 4th be with you. How are you today?
May the 4th be with you guys. How's it going this morning?
Doing well.
Great.
My Catholic upbringing is like when somebody says "May the 4th be with you," I'd be like, "And also with you," because the priest would say "Peace be with you," and I'd be like, "Oh, and also with you." Like that's just my natural instinct to be like, "Oh, and also with you," and like partially genuflect.
I
while
hope
I do
you
it as
say
well,
that
too.
to everybody today.
I should. Keith, are you celebrating Star Wars Day at all? Do you have any special traditions? A robe maybe that you wear?
No, I am a Star Wars fan. Like, kind of, I'm in your boat. I wouldn't consider myself a Star Wars nerd or fanatic, but I have seen all the movies, and I was in summer school once with a bunch of Star Wars, geeks. So I really got into it then because they told me all about it. But no, I don't really celebrate May the 4th, but it's fun to talk about.
Do geeks go to summer school?
You say, how does that work? Yeah.
They're usually not the ones that are needing help.
So this was in high school, and I was in summer school too. get like a math class or two ahead to make like my transcripts look better for college. And these guys were like 5 years younger than me.
Oh,
in the
geez.
same math, just taking math class to get ahead because they were just really good at math.
So
hated kids like that.
Your counselor just told you that so you didn't feel bad about being behind in math class, Keith.
Like, listen, Keith, these kids don't even know how to tie their shoes yet, but they're doing math at a higher level than you are. But no, I always hated those kids. My brother's one of those kids. He's just stupidly smart.
Goggles brother?
He doesn't. Yes, he's at HD there. He's ridiculously smart and has been way above his level. It blows my mind. Anyway, Keith, the NBA playoffs are rolling along right now. Of course, the main folks that are supposed to be winning, for the most part, have been winning. But a big story coming out of San Antonio last night after they leveled the series at 1 apiece is Tony Parker going down with a leg injury. Does this play any sort of effect on what San Antonio might do? This series is kind of already boring-ish because Houston is the high-flying team. San Antonio is going to kind of grind you into the ground. But what do you make of this injury from Tony Parker, and does it affect San Antonio's chances of winning the series?
Well, it definitely affects their chances of winning the series. Anytime you have a player like Tony Parker going down, it's going to affect you. But the one thing that I think plays a big role in it is that the Spurs had to go without Tony Parker for 16 games this season already because of him and his age and going through an injury here and an injury there. So went 16 games without him this season already, and they went 12-4 in those 16 games. Now, the playoffs are completely different. You have to play the same team night after night, and they can get used to what you're doing. But that being said, they have Patty Mills, who's a great, backup for.
He was one of the
Parker.
greatest names in basketball as well, Patty Mills.
Right. Right. So. And he averaged close to 10 points a game this year with about 4 assists. So he can definitely play. He's 28. He's been in the league for a while. So it'll be tough. But seeing as they already have a 2-0 lead in the series, and Patty Mills is definitely capable of stepping in there. I think they get past the series from Houston, but we'll see going forward because if you have to go in and play Golden State without Tony Parker, that's going to be an issue.
During the playoffs, we've heard a lot about LeBron, and I feel like we haven't really talked about him much in the regular season because everyone's been so focused on James Harden and Russell Westbrook. I can never say his name. But we've heard a lot about LeBron, especially in this round 2, trolling basically the Raptors, making it look like he's playing a bunch of high school kids. Do you find that disrespectful? Is it something that we shouldn't look too much into? How do you feel about LeBron taking sips of beer and twirling the ball around while he's on the court?
Well, I think that's just LeBron, and that's just LeBron being LeBron. He's been here before. Obviously, he's been to 7 straight NBA Finals, and that's with 2 separate teams. He's very used to this playoff atmosphere and knowing how to poke the bear a little bit with the teams that he's playing. So, is it disrespectful? I wouldn't really call it disrespectful, as we've seen players be very disrespectful to each other in other areas of sport. I think it's just LeBron kind of, poking his opponent a bit and letting him know that, I'm LeBron and whatever team I'm on is probably much better than yours because the proof is in the pudding. He's been to 7 straight NBA Finals. Just think about that.
That's not easy to do.
Every team he goes on is automatically the best team in the NBA, arguably. It's almost crazy to think about. And there were tweets going on last night. LeBron James, get this, is 19-0 in series where his team is up 2-0.
Jeez.
He's 19-0. No, it's not the Cavaliers when he was there the first time, or the Heat when he was there the second time, or whatever. It's LeBron James. He's 19-0. It's incredible.
I think that's honestly, when you really think about that, I think we're just so used to hearing that stat and just hearing how successful LeBron has been that when you actually take a second to process what you just said and what people continue to say about LeBron James, you can't help but step back and say, good Lord. Like that is just unheard of.
Right.
To be able to go through 2 different teams. I know he's had a decent supporting cast each time, but to go to 7 straight NBA Finals, to be, as you mentioned, 19-0 when his team is up 2-0 in a series, like that stuff just doesn't happen. I hope people realize that this is something that it's not a continuous thing. You're living in an age where LeBron James is playing basketball at an incredibly high level, and people, I think, are just so like, oh, it's LeBron doing LeBron things. Like, people need to appreciate what he's doing right now, because this isn't going to last forever. This isn't going to be like, oh, well, when the next guy, like when Giannis starts doing this, or like, no, this stuff just doesn't happen very often. So people need to, as much as people love to hate on LeBron, they also need to take their whatever glasses that they have on for what team they support and say, good Lord, like, this is not going to happen again for a very, very long time. Which, it's true. It's just not going to. So, be that as it may, a couple other teams that have been playing recently, Keith, have been the Boston Celtics and the Wizards. Celtics own that series right now, 2-0. Golden State's up a game on Utah. Do either of these series do anything for you? I know that Washington-Boston was supposed to kind of be that exciting series, but Washington's kind of fallen flat on their face. And one thing that I continue to kind of see throughout all of these series is that defense really doesn't matter. Teams are hitting over 100 points almost every single night, and I feel like come playoff time, that's the time where you really start to dial in your defense. And a lot of these score lines are, 105 to 140, and I'm like, where's the defense in these games? Are you just as surprised by this as I am?
Yeah, and I think it goes back to the the old saying, the best defense is a good offense. And it comes down to whoever can score the most points. That being said, defense is not dead in the NBA, and I don't believe that it is. It's just a matter of the pace of the game and I would say the illusion that that defense is dead, because you still have to be able to put a hand in somebody's face to try to force them to miss that 3-pointer, and it seems to be everybody's going with that offense where you need 4 guys on the court at least that can shoot that 3 due to the due to the success that the Warriors have had in the past with their 3-point shot, obviously. So I'm not really surprised by it. I think that's especially the route that teams are taking. They're going with smaller, more efficient, fast rosters with guys that can spot up and try to take that 3. For these series, they're not really doing a whole lot for me. Boston is a very good team, and I would say that behind Popovich for the Spurs, the Celtics probably have the best coach in the NBA, Brad Stevens. He's incredibly talented. We all know what he did with Butler in college, and doing what he has done with the Celtics, bringing them from a not very great team to arguably the best team in the East. I think the Celtics and the Warriors both have their series.
All right, good to hear, Keith. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to swing by this morning on the Morning Brew. We look forward to having you back again, of course, soon. Where can people find you on the social media universe?
Keith Haney on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And, of course, like your brother, I have a YouTube channel as well. I'm going to keep bringing that back.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Keith. We appreciate it. Enjoy your Star Wars day, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again sometime in a galaxy far, far away soon, all right?
All right, thanks. And A New Hope, episode number 4, the first one. That's my...
There we go, the very first one. Had to get that in there. Thanks, Keith. We'll talk to you soon, sir.
All right. Thanks. Take care, guys.
Yeah, bye-bye. All right, there goes Keith Haney this morning on the Morning Brew. Keith alluding back to one of our 2 questions of the day. What's your favorite Star Wars movie? And people have been chiming in a little bit more back and forth. Adam says, was talking about how Empire Strikes Back is his. He says at the time it broke with conventional plots by having its largest battle first. The battle on Hoth is my favorite scene in all the Star Wars movies. I do agree with that one too. Have you seen like any of the scenes like with the big walkers like in the snow and people like choo choo choo? Like, I'm assuming you've seen.
No. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about though?
Because they kind of look like.
They look like big cats almost.
Sure.
I don't know.
They got like the long legs.
Whatever you want to
like
call them.
Like a little hub.
Yeah, just a little hub, little head, big arm, or big feet.
I hope I'm thinking of the right thing.
Pew pew pew.
I think the little things with like what are they called? Ewoks? Are those little things?
Mm-hmm.
Little like teddy bears?
Correct. Yep.
Those things are cute.
Yep.
That's pretty much all I know.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Trying to think here. So I pulled up 40 facts about Star Wars that you may not know. I'm trying to see if there's anything. So a lot of actors were considered for the role of Han Solo, as we all know. Harrison Ford obviously ended up getting the job. But some notable names you might recognize: Jack Nicholson, Al Pacino, Sylvester Stallone, Bill Murray, Chevy Chase, Steve Martin, Kurt Russell, John Travolta, all tried out for the role of Han Solo. Imagine how different the series would have been if some of those guys had taken.
Yeah, John Travolta would be the strangest Han Solo ever.
That would have been. I can't even imagine, honestly.
And John Travolta plays like a chick in a bunch of movies now, so that's funny. Yeah. Well, like Hairspray or whatever.
Not a fan. Han Solo was frozen in carbonite because of Harrison Ford. You don't understand that reference, so never mind.
Yeah, he was stuck in a thing.
Yeah. He was like...
One of my ex-boyfriends was like obsessed with Star Wars. So we always fought about how I wouldn't watch it. So I know a little bit.
Okay.
But I would never watch it.
I wanted to read some of the answers too, because I had asked this yesterday, as I mentioned on. Let's see. Dia also said, I had put this on my Facebook yesterday, and a couple of people had commented back saying, Trevor said, for me, it's got to be A New Hope. It's just such a classic. Bryant says, who could pick a favorite? But if I had to pick one, I would say Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Shows the whole reason why we have Darth Vader. Dara said, I've never seen Star Wars or Star Trek. It's a little emoji of a girl running away. Spencer says Return of the Jedi, but I really enjoyed The Force Awakens. Danny says The Empire Strikes Back. Mike says his 6-year-old daughter says Force Awakens.
Which one's that? Is that a new one?
Force Awakens is the newest one. That just came out, Episode 7, technically. Eric says, I swear, if somebody says Attack of the Clones, which is Episode 2, he said, definitely Empire Strikes Back is his. Alex says Empire Strikes Back. Don says, I don't get it. Well, we didn't ask you, Don. Brennan said, I've never seen them and don't feel like I'm missing out. Well, that's a you problem then, Brennan. If you want to feel like you want to go with their life like that, that's fine. Chris also says the very first one, which I guess is now the fourth one, because it broke so much ground and kept it a sense of humor, a fairy tale based on the Searchers and a 50s Western. So people are kind of hopping on the Empire Strikes Back train, it seems like, to be the official favorite movie of the Star Wars franchise. I'm going to be in the minority. Like I said, I can say this and not get slapped because you don't understand, to an extent, how much about the Star Wars movies. I really like Episode 1. Like the
oldest of the new ones.
Yes,
okay.
Episode 1. So like when you first meet Anakin Skywalker and you first meet...
Is that the one where he's
a little boy?
And he like tries to drive
the pod racers.
Wow, maybe I have seen more Star Wars.
Maybe you have. I mean, if you dated someone that was all about Star Wars, I bet there was probably a couple like movie nights that you were just basically passed out or whatever. Yeah. You don't remember much about it, but you did watch them.
Huh.
Yeah, Episode 1 I think is actually my favorite, and I'm sure I'm about to just get onslaughted with like, you're an idiot and you don't like Star Wars because who likes Episode 1?
But
that's
it's cute.
It is. Like I like the general theory of what happens in Episode 1, and I think that I probably am going to tarnish my little bit of reputation that I had left by saying that, but I've never had a problem with Episode 1. That's always my first one that I think of. I mean, yes, the epic battle, too, between Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul is incredible, the music and all that fun business as well, too. So I'm all about that life, personally. So, like I said, I'm sure I probably just offended a ton of people that are like, how can you say that you like Episode 1? But whatever. That's my opinion. You go with the opinion of what you think is best. So, get at me. So a couple of weeks ago, or I think this is only about a week ago or so, we talked about how there was a Facebook Live video of a gentleman killing another guy on Easter Sunday, and it took Facebook a long time to figure its stuff out and finally take it down and finally get the man arrested and all that fun business. So in retaliation, Facebook has come out this week and said that they're going to be hiring 3,000 people just to review posts from a live streaming perspective and from an uploading perspective. That seems like a lot, but when you think about it, about how many people have Facebook and how many people are going live and how many people are posting videos on an hourly basis, not even a daily basis, an hourly basis around the world,
right?
3,000 people seems about right.
They're almost doubling the current staff they have now, which is crazy. Also, I mean, not just that their workers are doubling. You know, they have 4,500 now. They're adding 3,000, but to just have that extra money to be like, to hire 3,000. Nah, I'm gonna hire 3,000 people today.
Right.
Oh, Okay.
Oh, cool. All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mark.
You must have a lot of money.
Seriously, like that is one of those moments though, but it's smart though because as you mentioned though, so many people are on Facebook nowadays, like 3,000 people to do one job. This isn't 3,000 people coming into like, oh, you guys are going to help with social media, you guys are going to help with development, you guys are going to help with deciding if we need more like and not like buttons. Like, no.
Right.
You literally are going to do one thing.
Yep.
And that seems a little overkill.
I wonder if they have to go through everything that's been uploaded, like it's like Karen from Sheboygan uploaded a picture and someone takes a look at it, or if it's only if things get flagged.
I don't know. Like, are you going to almost have to like have a process now where literally every single thing that gets uploaded to Facebook has to be approved before it officially shows up?
Right.
I don't know. Because going live, the nice thing about going live is that it's instant. It's like, all right, here we are. We're broadcasting live to you now. Right, you can't like go live like
in 5 minutes and have like 5 minutes of a show, because even if it took you 5 minutes to upload or like 5 minutes for them to say like okay, that's still after that 5 minute mark you can do whatever.
Right.
So I wonder.
I don't know how this is going to officially work. I don't know if this is. I'm assuming it's going to be a good thing. I mean, you wouldn't do something like this if you didn't think it was going to be successful. I mean, Zuckerberg came out as well too. Said over the last few weeks we've seen people hurting themselves and others on Facebook. We need to take a stand to make sure that this doesn't continue to keep happening. So I'm glad that he is doing this, and Facebook is being able to do this as well. Plus, from a political side, it's good to see more jobs, more people getting jobs.
Yes.
Yay, jobs! I'm sure Trump will find a way to take, whatever credit for this. Be like, yes, look at me creating more jobs.
I told him to.
Yes, Mark and I were good friends. Yes. Yeah. And see, here we go. Now I'm starting to get yelled at on Facebook. Josh says, barf, episode 1 is absolutely terrible. If you ever let your son watch it, I'll call Child Protective Services on you. Okay. Thanks for that one, Josh. I appreciate it. Luis says Darth Maul was the coolest Sith. He really was. It was a bummer. He got not sawed in half, but he got sliced in half there. So
I don't even know who that is.
Red dude, spiky head.
That's not the same as Darth Vader?
No. Darth Vader has the black mask.
For my entire life, thought they were the same person.
Nope.
Till right now. I thought like maybe he
You're welcome.
took his mask off and then was the red guy. Huh.
No. Do you know like who Darth Vader is?
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah, but do you know like who he is though? Like
No.
Oh.
I thought it was him.
No.
Huh.
No. I don't want to blow your mind.
That's interesting.
So I won't completely blow
I've been
your
living a lie the last 25 years of my life.
I guess so. I'm sorry to do this to you. I mean, I feel like I don't know what to say.
I'm a little shocked right now.
I
thought the whole time that
Darth Maul was Darth Vader?
Mm-hmm, like an angry Darth Vader. Like angrier, I guess.
Like, you don't want to see me when I'm angrier. He takes his mask off and he's got this red face with spikes in his head.
Yeah.
No, Darth Vader is somebody else.
Oh, I think I might know who he is.
Do you know who it is? You can say it if
Is he
you
an
know.
old man?
Well, at that point, obviously he's an old man. But who was he earlier in his life?
I don't know.
Integral part of the Star Wars saga.
Yeah, but I don't know anybody's name, so...
We talked about him earlier.
Yoda.
A little tall.
Just kidding,
to
I know
be
that's
Yoda.
wrong. I have no idea. I don't know.
It's all good. I don't know if I should blow your mind or not, so I don't know. It's up to you if you can live with it or not. If not, I won't tell you. But
Give me 3 names, I'll pick it out.
3 names?
Yep, 3 people that it could be.
That could be Darth Vader?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. So Han Solo, Anakin Skywalker, and Boba Fett. One of those is Darth Vader.
Well, it's not Anakin Skywalker. Oh, God, is it?
Ah! It is.
Oh, damn.
It is.
Oh, I was thinking he was Luke. Okay, whoa. Whoa. Oh, I'm so lost in my own brain.
Yeah, mind blown all over the place. So much happening at one time. Yes.
Okay.
Anakin Skywalker.
All right. The little boy
The little boy
is Darth Vader.
is Darth Vader.
And Luke is his dad.
Luke is
son.
his son, yes. Luke and Leia, Princess Leia,
Yep.
is Luke's sister.
They're not dating? You really got to watch these movies.
This is incredible. Oh my gosh. No, they are brother and sister, and they're both obviously sons and daughter from Anakin Skywalker, who is Darth Vader. Anakin turns from the good side to the dark side in Episode 3, and then we see him in Episode 4 as Darth Vader, or James Earl Jones is the voice actor. It's crazy. I know. Mind blown.
Yeah.
Crazy. I know. I'm sure there's probably like everything you need to know about Star Wars in like under 2 minutes video out there or something.
Yeah.
So we'll have to watch that when we get off the air. But
oops.
Yeah.
Now I know a little bit more about Star Wars.
Hey, way to go. So apparently, too, I didn't realize this, that apparently the aliens from E.T. made an appearance in The Phantom Menace. That's the name of Episode 1.
Ah.
I did not see that. Cheeky Star Wars. Cheeky. She was 12, too. How interesting. Anyway, Keira Knightley was 12 when she filled in as the double and for Star Wars. Anyway, how crazy. So you like to drink beer, correct?
I do.
So you found the story, but I'm looking at the picture of the awesomeness in front of me. Can you tell us a little bit more about this case of goodness that I'm looking at?
There is a brewery in Finland debuts the first 1,000 pack of beer. And I believe, you can only buy it in Finland. I don't know where the heck.
Why do you need this much beer?
Yeah, it says in Finland you can now buy 1,000 can tray of beer. Must have something to do with their 100-year birthday. Congrats and happy birthday. It costs like $3,000.
It's a lot of beer.
$128.
Do you think you've had over 1,000 beers in your life?
Yeah.
You think so? How long have you been drinking for?
10 years.
You've been drinking beer for the last 10 years.
I drank a lot of Keystone when I was a freshman.
In high school?
No, in college. High school I drank like Bacardi raspberry.
Right, that was always the thing. Like, look at us drinking hard alcohol.
Yeah, we're
still
so
rebellious.
cool, and it's so flavorful.
I know.
No, I didn't start chugging beer until I was like senior in high school.
So senior in high school. So that hasn't been
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, but I've been drinking. But I've been okay. So yeah, but I mean, I feel like
1,000 beers. I feel like that's a bit.
okay.
I feel like that's
you
a
broke it down.
bit much.
Let's see. Let me figure this out, Baxter.
We're gonna find out how many beers Jaymee has had to drink. Is that possible?
1,000 beers divided by 52 weeks. That I just did multiply, so that was stupid.
52,000.
That's 20 beers a day. If you did it in a year.
If you did it in a year, that's a lot.
Yeah, but I'm done it in like.
A couple of years.
We'll say if I'm 25, I'm almost 26.
Right. When's your birthday again?
July.
Oh, that's right.
So we'll say 5, 6, 7 years.
1,000 beers and over.
2.5 beers a day.
That's child's play for Jaymee Evers.
For Sheboygan.
Good God. Jamie's like, beer runs through my veins.
Yeah.
1,000 beers. What would you do if that showed up at your front door? Be like, 1,000 beers.
Well, what if it tastes like.
My bet is
dog
that it
crap?
probably doesn't taste that good.
Right.
I don't think so. Josh thinks we need to crowdfund this for a morning brew party.
How do you move that to your house? Like, no one has a pallet jack. Right.
Like,
Or
how
via-
epic is that, though, to, like, make an entrance to a party? Be like, hey, guys, can you come outside for a second?
party.
You're rolling up in with a pallet jack. Be like, hey, got the beer. Let's go.
I wonder if you'd be better off just buying kegs. Because I think there's 149 cups of beer in a keg.
Why not 150?
I'm not
That would
sure.
drive me crazy.
But now, I'm going to do that math, too.
Luis says, why do you need this much beer, he says. Yeah, you know what, Luis? I'm not an alcoholic like Jaymee or others, apparently. How many
You'd have to bring about 7 kegs.
cups of beer are in a keg? Let's find this out.
I think it's like 100, maybe 144.
How many 12-ounce cups in a keg? It doesn't tell me. 12-ounce cups, roughly or so, times 24, 7 million. About 144 12-ounce servings. Yes, girl. She knows a thing or two about the kegs. You ever done a keg stand before, Jaymee?
Yeah.
I figured. I'm not mad about it.
Okay, so you'd have to bring 7 kegs to a party. Keg of Miller Lite's like what, $60?
Something like that.
Way cheaper to just bring a keg.
Keg.
Yeah, it's only $420. These people are stupid. Roll up with that or roll up with 7 kegs of beer. I'll take 7 kegs.
All of it.
over 1,000 beer cans.
Works for me, I guess. Kind of strange, but at the same time, I mean, there you go. If you're into that sort of thing, then good for you, I guess. No idea. All right, it is Throwback Thursday, where we talk about this day in the sports world, or just in general, as well. There's a couple of great things taking place today, of course, as Jaymee and I know. On this day, back in 1919, great day, it's the first legal Sunday baseball game in New York.
Nice.
Kind of a cool thing. First legal, as opposed to the underground baseball leagues that took place for many a year that the Popo would shut down. Them damn Yanks playing baseball. Those guys with the Red Sox kept showing up. What else? What else happened this year?
In 1985, the 111th Kentucky Derby took place, and Angel Cordero Jr. won on Spendabuck.
Spendabuck.
With a time of 2 minutes. And 2 milliseconds. I don't know how to read that. 2.0.2. 2.00.2.
Roger that. Okay. Of course, also not to be forgotten, back in 1965 on this day, Willie Mays hits his 512th home run, breaks Mel Ott's 511th NHL or NL record, not NHL record, rather. Getting my sports mixed up. There was also back in 1963 when pitcher Bob Shaw sets a record of 5 balks in a game as well too. Do you know what a balk is in baseball?
It is when you pretend to pitch,
and they're like,
and then you throw. Yeah.
Yep. 5 balks.
Are you impressed that I knew that?
I did.
I only remember that because when my brother played high school ball, it was like the game to advance to the next whatever in their tournament, and he got called for a balk. Mm-hmm.
Are you still salty about it? Did you drink 1,000 beers?
Yeah, probably.
Probably did. Luis says, Jaymee, you're invited to Luis's 25th birthday party. Just as an FWI, Baxter, there's going to be tons of booze. Well, Luis lives, I think, in Peru or something as well,
I can use a vacation.
He's all about that life. Yeah, he said, I can reserve it for December 12th. He's like, I'm a beer lover. Game on. So
perfect.
All right, Luis. I think Luis is becoming Jamie's new best friend here because they're like just drinking buddies.
We like Mario Kart. We like beer. This is great.
It's pretty good. He lives in Peru, He's cultured.
Long distance. I can do it. The one thing I'm finding really interesting in talking about the Kentucky Derbies, everybody's literally within like a second apart from each other. So 1985, it was the 2 minutes. In 1991, it was 2 minutes and 3 seconds. 96, 2 minutes and 1 second. 2002, 2 minutes and 1 second. Like, that's crazy.
That is very crazy.
I don't know. I just think it's interesting that it's not more spread out. But I guess when you've been doing it for so long.
True. Yeah, I mean the Kentucky Derby takes place this weekend. I'm excited to see. I don't ever really bet on the Kentucky Derby, but I'll be keeping an eye on it. I've got some close friends that are big horse racing fans, so I'll probably poke them for some information and see what I can get to potentially speak a little bit more fluidly about the Kentucky Derby and maybe have some more reporting insight for you back here tomorrow, live on the Morning Brew. Maybe. If you're lucky. Maybe I'll just come with red hair again, and we'll just go from there. It is also Thursday, which means it is Yes Drama as we wrap up the program, where Jaymee and I talk about something that we have some big drama with. I've got drama with what's going on with Boston and Baltimore right now. We teased this as part of one of the questions of the day, saying, do you think what these two teams are doing right now is childish? I go on record to say yes. I think they are being incredibly childish. These guys got told yesterday by the commissioner of baseball and Joe Torre to knock it off, that there's zero tolerance for any of this, and yet stuff still keeps happening.
I don't understand how it went from the fans to now the players. Like, what do they have to do with anything that's going on in
Boston is just the most ridiculous city in all of sports when it comes to their fans. And I know that some people have been like, it's just a pocket of fans. I'm like, well, the city as a whole is getting a bad rep, and you're not helping yourself by continuing this chaos.
Right.
And now the players are getting involved with it as well, too.
Yeah, like, they didn't need to. Like, they could have all just sat and been quiet and just played the game like they're supposed to.
Exactly, and that's not what's been going on. And I think that's where this ultimately continues to spiral out of I don't even know the right word. Out of control. That's the right word I'm looking for. I don't know. It's like some word of the sea. I got to be careful which word I see. But yes, you look at what is going on, and as I mentioned this a couple days ago, if the Red Sox players, not the organization, sending a nice little letter to Adam Jones being like, all right, sorry, didn't mean to be racist, whatever. Like, if the Red Sox players had been like, enough, I think this would have been done and over with. But the fact that these franchises keep going at each other, throwing at each other, getting into fights, throwing peanuts, racial slurs, like all this stuff. When did this become such a big thing?
Right, and now it's going to take more than just like the Bruins, the Red Sox to be like, hey, we're sorry.
How do you fix this?
Right, it's gonna have to be both of them because now they're both partaking a little bit. I think the Red Sox are, the organization is blowing, the curveball out of proportion and all that stuff. But it's going to take a little something from both of them. And I cannot believe that neither team has made a PR like tweet, post, nothing.
Like I said, that just really blows my mind, and that's why I think this is incredibly childish, and somebody needs to step up and say enough is enough. It's great that the commissioner of baseball came out and said, all right, enough of this, guys. Like, do anything else, you're going to get kicked out of a game. And, yeah, they've been sticking to that as the pitcher from the Orioles got ejected last night for accidentally throwing a curveball that hit one of the players. I get that, but he wasn't the problem. There was a lot of problems before that hand, and now the series just needs to hurry up and get over with because otherwise these teams are going to see each other again. They're division rivals. They're going to probably see each other come playoff time as well, too, which means things are going to get escalated even higher, too. It's regular season baseball. It's May 4th, for God's sakes. Like, these games really do not matter.
Yeah, you got a long time.
So people need to simmer down, let the drama go, move on, in my opinion. What about you? Do you have any yes drama for me today, Jaymee?
I don't know if it's really drama, but it's something you should... Maybe it'll be dramatic if you have both arms. I saw a video yesterday afternoon of a teenage boy who is a catcher for a team in Tennessee, and he only has one arm, and he is so quick and so fast, and he's, what? Kids have two arms, and they're not even that quick, and he, I don't know. I just think it's super cool. I guess it's not dramatic at all.
I don't know if that can be classified as dramatic
no?
or not. I mean, but that's phenomenal, though. I mean, the fact that he's been able to play. Because how many times...
Yeah, but does drama always have to be bad?
I guess it depends on your definition of drama.
Right. I mean, usually drama's been like, oh, I can't stand the drama.
Much drama
anymore. I was going to use LeBron as my drama, but that was already...
Did you hear that the Great Lakes Brewing... that he went after Great Lakes Brewing Company for, false advertisements of him holding... Because that was the type of beer that he grabbed from the fan, was a Great Lakes Brewing Company beer. And, he was, the company was trying to, use him, not on purpose for, some promotional things, but, look, even LeBron James drinks our beer. And then, he shot back at them on Twitter and was like, no.
Really?
I don't, not about that life. Yeah, that was interesting. I'm like, look at Great Lakes Brewing, getting some press here.
Huh. I did not see that.
I know.
That's my drama for the day. Baxter took it from me.
What? How did I take it from you?
For me.
For you?
Yeah, you found my drama because mine wasn't dramatic enough for you.
I wasn't saying it was dramatic. I was just saying that usually...
That's pretty dramatic.
Yeah, your kid loses his arm. Yeah, that's a very...
No.
Oh, Boston. No.
LeBron.
Yeah. LeBron. Okay.
Got it.
Roger.
Okay.
Good. All right. Perfect. All right, well, this has been the Morning Brew on Brew Sports. It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate you guys swinging by this morning. Thanks to Keith Haney as well, too, for swinging by, for rolling up on us this morning. It's always fun to have Keith on the program. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. I feel like we need to have some sort of a fiesta on the air. I don't know what it is. We need to find a way to do something. But there's could we have
rip shots of tequila.
I would have tequila at 7 in the morning. Probably wouldn't go well, but I think it'd be fun.
I would do it.
You would?
I hate tequila.
I do, too. I don't know if I'd be able to properly... I feel like Tanner's going to make me do that tomorrow.
Yeah, probably.
But you and I have yet to, we've only drank on air together once.
Yeah.
Which is so uncharacteristic for the both of us.
Because I'm a lady.
Because when we get together off air, we're always just woo! But, on air, it's oh, good morning. How are you?
I'm Jaymee.
Yes, I'm drinking my coffee. Wow. Come on, guys. Get loose. It's very difficult to drink this early in the day. It's even sometimes hard to drink when Tanner wants to drink on halftime.
I'll disagree with that, but I will agree with your statement that 7 a.m. is early to drink.
I mean, I would be a fun way to start the show tomorrow. Just, boom, slap,
shot. Tequila, bottle of Corona Light.
Might as well.
Sombrero.
Cinco de Mayo, baby. I like it. I think we might have to make something like that happen tomorrow. We'll get an intern on it, as we say here at Brew Sports.
Perfect.
I'm all about it. All right, guys, this has been the Morning Brew on Brew Sports. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Spreaker for all of our live content and on-demand content. Our website, brewsportsnet.com. at Jaymee Ebers, at Baxter Colburn. We tweet when we want to, but more importantly, we just love to just sit in existence in the social media world and just make fun of everybody else, basically. Jamie's actually a pretty funny tweeter, so you can give her a follower
thanks,
and
Bax.
see what her little tweety tweets are all about there. But thanks to all the comments this morning, all the views as well, too. May the 4th be with you. Enjoy your Star Wars day. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow on the Morning Brew at 7 a.m. Central Time, live on Brew Sports. Enjoy your Thursday.